you use the All Children, All Rights Toolkit?
So, yes, we use the toolkit with refugee children. In the center I'm working, we invite everyday refugee children. And we've used mostly the 3 of the posters that are included in this toolkit. The one with the audio stories, which was very interesting for the children. Because it is a story, you hear a story and you see pictures of the story, and also there is an arrow at the end, what happens next, and this is where it gets very interesting for us and the children. Also, we used a lot the City of Rights also, because refugee children are in Thessaloniki, where I'm working in, but they don't know Thessaloniki, or we were trying to actually find the spots in the City of Rights and where are those spots in our city. So it was really interesting for them, and also to get to know their rights. We're talking about rights, yeah, children have rights, but we see every day that they don't know about their rights. And now we have a full toolkit to work with the children and play with the children through interactive activities for them to get to know their rights, right? So the third toolkit is also the panel with the school. It is also very interesting because we are able to discuss the relationships the children have with classmates or teachers, or in general, how do they feel in the environment of their school. So yeah, it is very helpful because before you have to search here and there, where is this activity, what activity can I do for the children's rights, and now we have a toolkit packed, everything comes together to work on that topic, and this is very helpful. Yeah.
Have you focused on specific rights while working with refugee children?
The protection, of course, and the inclusion. So yeah, it's really difficult. Yeah, we are talking for protection, and maybe they've heard, and they use protection and inclusiveness. So, but it's really important to make it really concrete. What do we mean protection? When that right is violated, what could happen to you and this right is violated? And the same with inclusion, especially being a part in a system, in a school, for example, in your neighborhood. What is inclusion and what is equality as well? So we are through the toolkit, we are trying in interactive ways to show to the children and for them to learn what is actually protection, what is actually inclusion, and what we are talking about.
Are the online trainings in the toolkit useful for your organization?
That these trainings for children's rights would be very helpful for them and interesting. We have teams in mainland of Greece in almost all camps, so we have new colleagues or more experienced one or less experienced one. So yeah, it will be very helpful for them, I think, the trainings for the children's rights.
Do you have a favorite audio story?
Yeah, it will be Julia's story. I personally find that story very powerful. Julia, I found her powerness like awesome. She could recognize that her condition, the circumstances, the situations that she was living wasn't okay for her, and she took the decision to leave. And next, I mean, it wasn't an easy way, not with roses, but still she stayed focused. Okay, she managed to be there, very optimistic and very powerful, and at the end she managed to do her dream and her hobby, the drawing, to a job. So I think, yeah, and little steps, step by step, little steps every time. So it is a very nice story and very empowering story for the children, I think.
Do the children have a favorite audio story?
Since I'm working with refugees children, I think that the story that most children are related to is Ibrahim's story, the story of the refugee child that started that very hard trip very, very difficult situations, and how you are in a camp which is not what you want, which is not okay for you, but you still are trying to stay focused, and eventually you get an apartment and you can be calm through music also to find your calmness and find your way to start dreaming again. And yeah, the arrow in this story is very interesting because we learn about their dreams. Because when you ask the child, okay, after all that hard trip and what Ibrahim been through until now, what could happen next to Ibrahim, you get to know all their dreams and the needs and what they hope for the future. So yeah, it is very interesting, and I think most of the children are related to that story. Yeah.
Do you plan to use the Children's Rights Toolkit in other communities?
We hope so, yeah. We hope so. If we have a special team working with Roma communities right now, and mostly with youth and women. So yeah, I think one of the plans is to work with them as well, because also they don't know exactly their rights, the children's rights.
Thank you, Meni, for sharing your insights.
Thank you.